Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a great day. So today we want to talk about the Pi network has now broken over the mark of, um, I believe, 25 million registered users now, right? 25 million. 25 million engaged pioneers, right? So 25 million users. I think to date, I think they're saying something like there may be nearly something like 100 million Bitcoin wallets. The Pi network, with 25 million pioneers, you're looking at in a matter of a few years, um, it was able to become one of the biggest cryptocurrency communities out there. Um, and I think it used a very interesting and effective marketing technique, right? Based on freemium services, right? So people are earning the cryptocurrency, they're mining it, basically on their mobile devices. An idea, at least, it's not actual mining, but the idea of it's there. It's really more so attention value. But what it's doing is it's kind of creating the value from the network itself, right? And you could think of this in terms like what happens when a lot of people gather at a sports game or watch a television program, right? And although it may be free to them, it is their attention and the attention value that's around that word lies the real value. They generally then have to use some type of advertising network. And that's seemingly what's happening with Pi. Pi has experimented now in its mobile app by releasing advertisement, right? Now, what I want to talk about in particular is that Pi's focus on development right now, right? It has all these things it's going to be doing with the browser and the mobile app, various programs, and to the mainnet launches, right? And at the same time, growing this vast number of users, which can effectively at some point make it the biggest cryptocurrency, right? And they hit their 25 million person milestone. But the users in the Pi network, um, that come over from cryptocurrency, that are part of the cryptocurrency space, over the years, cryptocurrency has been mainly driven by speculation. So, for some, it is quite the the issue, and that the Pi project isn't yet trading yet, right? And the reasons for that, my understanding is their focus on development, their focus on the ecosystem, right? So does that make the Pi, the network itself, worth anything? And in my opinion, it does, right? And that is because of Metcalfe's law, which says or states that the value of a network is relational to the amount of users. Well, Pi Network has 25 million. It's running advertisement on a mobile app, right? There's a great amount of value coming through there, right? So it in that sense, it has to be valuable. Now, what tends to happen in cryptocurrency is a lot of people rush into many of these projects. They're looking for some type of pump and dump scenario where people are going to be FOMOing in and just dumping money in, hoping they can sell out before the next guy does. And this is a repetitive thing that has allowed many in the space not to generate really good value. Some people have got lucky, of course, and done fairly well, but a lot of people uh, haven't, right? And that is because of this process that we've been going through in cryptocurrency, and that is just depending a lot on hype and FOMO and things like that, where there's no real substance to the projects. Now, Pi Network has decided to initially use these freemium service type tactics to build a vast network that they know should be valuable based on attention value factors and so on and so forth. And so they've raised 25 million users. Now, the question has to be asked then, how is it that the Pi network's able to get 25 million users? But many of the cryptocurrencies that we're in struggle to get 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million people. And generally, once they hit 4 million, they seem to hit the wall, right? They can't go any further. But Pi Network shoots right beyond that. It goes to 25 million people. What is the Pi Network doing right? Also, keep in mind the Pi Network isn't a tradable cryptocurrency yet. It's not on an exchange yet. This participation in the attention value that's going into this, because remember the application is running advertisements, right? Which I'm sure that probably is going to translate to there's value coming in, money being made, or there will be soon. And it could also mean that the Pi network itself are going to be able to use that resources to develop the Pi network blockchain even further, making it thus more valuable, right? So that's why it's so important. And I think you all can begin to see now why it's important you put development first, right? Ecosystems first. Get the people using, understand the concept. If your first focus is on how much money can you make this week on an exchange that's being manipulated by generally the same players, then what's happened is you're suffering from a great amount of short-sightedness, and why we should be using these cryptocurrencies and how we should be developing them. Right? You're you're suffering from short-term gratification and not understanding where true value and real value is actually going to come from. And this is a very regular issue, right? It's quite frequent in this space that this is what we do and continually do it. So, Pi Network, they are basically able to see ahead. And the Pi Network knows that with 25 million users, being one of the biggest cryptocurrency wallet holders out there, the project with the most wallets wins. That's it, point blank. You got the biggest network. It does not matter what your project is doing. If everybody has a wallet and you have payment channels to this network, hundreds of millions of people, then that's the most important thing, because that creates the biggest network, and nobody wants to deal in the second best network, right? Same thing with social media. Nobody's going to use some unknown social network over Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, right? They don't want to use the second best anything. So that's why it's so important to develop the ecosystem, develop the blockchain, the network, so that the value itself lies in there and not just in hype cycles and these fantastical stories about what could possibly oughta, woulda, coulda, shoulda happened in this space, right? With 25 million users, you don't have to worry about it. So it doesn't shock me or surprise me that the Pi network's going to probably, when it launches, it one-shot me if it goes to top 10 cryptocurrency. I would not be shocked at all. And it's probably going to do that, is my guess, right? But I also want to now talk about Bitcoin MYK. Is it worth holding? And let's get over there.